Hello and welcome to episode 4 of the Learn to Wargame audio podcast. My name is Brandon, or PG Mutalis on the forums, and I play Khador, Trolls, Mercs, and possibly Ninoc.
My name is Tyler. I don't really have a username on the board, but I play mainly Legion.
Hi, I'm Max. I play Crix. I lurk on the forums.
Jeremey, go by Lord Fool on the forums. I play Mercenaries and Protector.
This is Andrew. I go by Garthakian on the forums. I mainly play Circle, and I dabble in Signar.
Alright, and today we're going to be doing a list building episode, focusing primarily on Tyler, who's our special guest today. We're going to be building a Lylyth3 list trying to focus on scenario play. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to go around the table sharing the different lists we made to achieve this goal, and then we'll try and build a list of all the ideas we come up with. Tyler, why don't you go ahead and go first and start with what you made.
Alright, so it's Lylyth3, 2 Angeliuses, a Ravagore, Nephilim Bloodseer, Blighted Mist Shepherd, Deathstalker, Bayana, the Strider Rangers with the attachment, a Spawning Vessel minimum size, and Blackbush.
Okay. I was reading through the Bloodseer. I wasn't as much of a fan of it as you were after looking at it. His +2 to attack rolls is only within 5 inches, and I think...
If he's within 5 inches of the target, or...
Against Samuel within 5 inches. Not as great. However, it can cast Animus itself, which a Succubus cannot. So that is a nice part, but I don't know. I think you could probably get by with just the 2 angels over the Bloodseer, but that's my opinion. So let's go ahead and start with Max next, and keep going through these lists.
Alright, I started my list with Lylyth, the Bad Santa of Everblight. I went with the Succubus for free Animus casting, since we're dealing with Fury 5 Warlock. I have a Carnivian for fun and sprays, and his Animus, of course. Ravagore, I feel like Ravagore is decent, so she can just sit there and upkeep Escort, and it's +2 on the bot for the whole game. I have Anissa Raval, Legion Light Cavalry solo. 2 Strider Deathstalkers, because that 4 points should be in every Legion list. 2 Shepherds, unit of Blightedness Raptors, Striders, Officer, and Musician, and a Spawning Vessel full.
Sounds good. Jeremy, what do you have for us today?
Well, 35 Shredders.
You can't fit 35 Shredders.
Man, I'm having a flashback.
Are you? No, I started with Typhon, Ravagore, Angelius, added 2 Shepherds, went with a full unit of Archers with the UAs, then unit of Striders with the UA, and then Spawning Vessel.
That sounds pretty decent. I was really hesitant on the Archers. I really wanted to put them in because I figured that many shots could really help out with death chilling that many targets, because that turn they come into you know, the 20 shots option of CRAing on all of that is really helpful.
Yeah.
I just don't feel like you actually need that many death chill shots, because you end up wasting all the infantry you shoot, and then you really only need death chill heavies and solos and things like that.
Yeah, with it being focused on a scenario list, I feel your primary objective should be death chilling all the targets that you can't remove, and then just killing everything out of the zone and repulsing the extra chaff. But no repulses. Alright, Andrew, what did you make for us today?
Alright, well, I've got Lylyth, and I've got 2 Ravagores, a Shepherd, 2 full units of War Spears, and they both have a Chieftain, a full Spawning Vessel, a full unit of Swordsmen with their UA, as kind of go in first punch, and then screen, and then fodder for the vessel.
Interesting.
And the Ogrins, I thought they're almost as close as Legion can get to Tar Pit and something, with 8 hit points and armor 16. But then they also have POW 13 throwing weapons with Death Chill on that feat turn. So those can be some pretty dangerous ranged attacks.
What would you pray?
It depends on what you're playing against. It's hard to say. Depends on what you're playing against. If you know your opponent has a couple of important scenario pieces, you pray them. Otherwise, you just pick what you're afraid of.
Because they can actually, with POW 15s, they can actually remove a lot of stuff. So I think you would pick anything that's got armor over 15 that you're worried about removing with your lower POW attacks. That way you don't have to, like, commit your angel to going all in on, like, a unit of medium-based troops.
Shredder Deathstalkers.
Strider Death Stalkers.
2 points a turn.
Alright, my list, which everyone hates because it's bad,
It's
is I actually picked the tier 4 benefit. I'll go ahead and run through the tier. It's non-character war beasts, Legion units with ranged weapons, Beast Mistress solos, Blightedness Shepherds, and Legion solos with ranged weapons. Tier 1 is for each Deathstalker you take in the army. You can redeploy one model or unit after both players have deployed. And then the Tier 2 benefit is units gain stealth during the first round, which is pretty irrelevant, to be honest. The third tier is if you have one or more Blightedness Shepherds. For each Blightedness Shepherd in the army, you can cast an Animus without forcing on the first turn. And then the final tier, which is kind of why you take it, I think, unfortunately, is Lylyth's Battle Group includes one or more Archangel Gargantuans. You receive one Lesser War Beast free of cost to her battle group. So my list is Lylyth3, an Archangel, an Angelius, a Seraph, 2 Shredders, one of which is free, 2 Blightedness Shepherds, 2 Strider Death Stalkers, a full unit of Strider Rangers with Officer and Musician. I do like the Archangel with Lylyth3 because I think she actually protects it better than most casters do, with combination of Escort, letting it ride by attack further away, and also the extra shots from it on her feature. It can be pretty helpful. You can put good shots on hard targets and death chill multiple things. The Angel obviously repulse is good. Lylyth can repulse 3 times in a turn if you actually ride by attack with her. The Shredders are basically just tenacity bots that trigger Escort because they are war beasts. So after she's done, you walk up a Shredder behind her and cast tenacity on her, and it's basically +1 defense, +3 armor, which is pretty handy. Striders are good. Big surprise. Strider Death Stalkers are better, and Shepherds remove Fury and heal. That's a good thing I hear. Also, obviously, Shepherds help with her control area. I like the Archangel. I think it's not as bad as people think, but I do admit it as a terrible false.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's squishy as hell.
Oh yeah, I mean that's the problem I've been coming into in the last bit. I built the list that we had talked about, using the Archangel and giving them the defense buffs. It seems to help, but what I find myself doing more often than not is just buffing an Angelius and having it just go out and take as much damage as possible.
I feel with all of the Gargantuans, they're specifically against some factions that have ways to deal with it easily. It's more about how long you can get attrition value out of it during the game at range before you actually send it in. Obviously, the Archangel doesn't even like to go in, so it would much prefer to just sit in the back and shoot all game.
But then it's like, I don't know, I find that anytime it doesn't ever make up, even when it doesn't die. I think I've actually played one game where it died with most, and even then, it's hard for it to make up.
I do remember one game where I killed your opponent's caster. That made up some points.
No, that was right.
I think the Archangel did falter.
It contributed.
It contributed heavily.
Yeah, it did a majority of the damage there.
Right. Well,
the fact that it's got multiple boostable shots on one beast, that's why I like it. The Seraph is similar, but it doesn't hit as hard. It's just a Seraph. It doesn't have the option of going in. It's not as hard to remove, even though it's not that much harder to remove. I like it. I think there's about 2 to 3 lists in Legion you could play it in, and I think this one. Absaloni is probably one of the other ones. Obviously, Theragosh won because of his feet, but that's pretty much the 3.
And then back to the tier benefits. I actually kind of like the first tier ability.
Is that
the redeploy?
Yeah.
If you're forced to deploy first in a scenario, that means your opponent typically is going to try to play the scenario. Well, this gives you the ability to then counter-deploy so many units to counter how he just set up.
And with being able to redeploy one model or unit, you can actually put the Archangel across from things it wants to fight. So you get full opportunity, even though it is pre-deployed. It doesn't say it can't be redeployed. It can't be placed. It can be deployed, or else it would never start in the game.
Yeah.
At least I hope so. I might be getting that wrong, but I'm pretty sure. Also, the Striders, your one unit that I actually have in the list, can deploy against what it actually wants to fight against. Obviously, it doesn't want to be facing down like stealth models with AoE attacks or something weird.
Or gun mages.
Gun mage is bad.
I'm the only one that used Theon.
I don't disagree. She's an interesting scenario piece, but she's got a hit. And
she's way more interesting with Rias.
Yeah. Rias is just dirty cool.
3 attacks.
Yeah. I almost put her in, but I chose Spawning Vessel instead.
Why did you choose Bad Santa?
Caster is very interesting, honestly. She has solid. It was just something that caught my eye. It's a caster I haven't used before. It's just something I wanted to make a decision on, and something I wanted to commit to.
To give a little background knowledge, you've been playing for less than a year seriously, probably about 6 months seriously,
Yeah.
I would think. And you came to me and you're like, how you basically want to know what you should focus on to try and get better. I said, focus on the different aspects of the game beyond just knowing your army. Obviously, knowing your army is the most important part.
Which I feel I've gotten to that point.
But I feel a lot of people get caught in a rut sometimes. So they'll be like, this is how I play my list. I always play it this way. So I try and encourage people to pick 2 lists they want to play consistently, which is kind of why we've done the list pairings the way what we've done so far on the podcast. So you come up with the 2 lists you like, and then play 10 games in a row and only play for scenario. Don't go for assassinations. Don't go for necessarily attrition heavily. Play to win on scenario. That's your only goal in the game. Do that 10 times in a row, then play for assassination 10 times in a row. And then play on attrition. Don't win on scenario early. Don't try and kill your opponent's caster. Literally just dominate the board control of the game. And that way you'll learn the ways to play the game differently, and that will let you look at the options you have in your army differently. But so you told me that you want to come up with something that nobody else plays because you're tired of everyone playing the same old Legion lists.
Honestly, yes. I mean, and honestly, I don't really listen to podcasts with many people that much.
Our store has a lot of newer players and a lot of them picked Legion. So either the ones that didn't stay sold their army, so now there's just still a lot of Legion in our meta. So it is easy to see the same 3 lists over and over again.
Right. Like, I mean, you see a lot of Lylyth3 with several Ravagors.
Daggerrush 1.
Yeah.
Lots of Daggerrush.
That's even what I started off with, honestly, when I was first learning my army. So he's a solid caster, but yeah, I wanted to play something else. I didn't want to play the same old list. Like, oh, you're playing Saren, okay, then you pick this. Oh, you're playing Veil 2, well, you take 2 Sightings, 2 Ravagors.
So you started trying to play for scenario first, and you're doing it with Absalonia with like.
No, I was playing for Trish.
Were you playing for Trish first? You told me you were trying to win on scenario that one game. Were you? Okay, I must have misheard you. So anyway, you're trying to win on attrition versus a red army.
Yeah, it didn't work out so
shooting
well.
down your Absalonia lists.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Tends to happen.
Yeah. Bad things.
Yeah.
So we're here, we're building your Lylyth3 list, so why don't we go ahead and start there. You've heard all of our ideas on different things. Different, weird, or funny. So obviously we start with Lylyth3. We got 55 points to spend. Where do you want to start?
Let's start with the War Beasts.
Okay.
Why not, right?
I took the tier list, but I think if you're not going to take the tier list, the Succubus is very good. It lets you upkeep your escort for free,
Right.
and lets you cast an Animus so you can throw Tenacity on yourself for free. Or on a beast or something.
Alright, so yeah, we'll start with the Succubus. I agree that it is a very solid model. It's one that I'm going to be purchasing very soon because I want it.
Succubus? It's been out for a while.
Not Domination.
That was a long time. Yeah. That was over a year ago, I think.
Yeah.
I've had my Mountain King for well over a year. Admittedly, he was one of the first ones out, but
Well, anyway.
it was probably 2 years ago I got my
It
Mountain
was,
King.
well, at the time then, whenever it came out, it had been needed for a while. Because the casters that are more solid have like Lylyth 1, Lylyth 2, very, very good casters. But Fury 5 is very, very quick.
Yeah.
Even with
There's usually something that offsets that low fury, but I know what you're saying.
Shepherd.
So yeah, okay, so Succubus, start off with, yep. Animus. I think starting off with at least the one Angelius.
Archangel.
Alright. Animus is very linchpin to the scenario aspect of the list. Pushing anything 3 inches away that is
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
range itself, so my original list had 2 of them in there, just because I like the idea of being able to even go over to the other zone.
Mm-hmm. And Repulse is good if you're playing for scenario. Angels are just good, so.
And then Lylyth being able to cast it.
So what do you think, 2 or just 1?
I would like to start off with 2. We can change that as
Okay.
we go.
What else you got?
Um,
You looking for suggestions?
well, I had done the Nephilim Bloodseer because it was a 5-point model to be able to do the same thing, not on the same size base, but having another guy out there, another spot on the board where you can push people 3 inches out.
Mm-hmm.
I thought was very good. And it filled another niche that I had with my list, which was with Black Rust Shard. And true, it is only 5 inches, but being able to have flight, you're not going to be impeded by terrain.
I think if you're taking 2 angels, he's overkill. You can already cast Repulse 5 times in 1 turn. I think the Bloodseer is overkill. Because with his speed, the angels are just going to outpace him, and unless you lose both angels. And once you lose both angels, he's pointless. You can't cast their Animus. Who's he going to target? I think the 2 angels is better than, because if you only take 1 angel, then if it dies, you lose Repulse, and you don't want to do that. So I think you take 2 angels. In my list, I only took 1 angel because I just don't feel like the angels do that much work in this list because you have nothing to buff them. You don't do anything for them; they do stuff for you.
Okay, so I do want to ask Jeremy, why did you take Titan?
Let me see here.
Soft smack.
3 sprays is a lot of death chills, bro.
Yeah. I think that was it.
Now, what's the term? I want to read terminology on our feet because I thought of something afterwards. Any model is directly hit. Okay, that's what I want to know. No, if a AoE triggers death chill on everyone it hits, and it doesn't.
No.
That would be amazing.
That kind of makes the Ravagors a little less.
Makes Ravagors a little bit like the Seraph, but like you just drift for AoEs at the army. Like, oh look, I hit 3 models, they're all death chill, doing probably boosting damage. You probably still do the shoot shot.
Well,
Alright.
I could take nothing.
He
Okay.
Just so you know, everybody, that was sarcasm.
No.
No.
Alright. Anyone else have any suggestions? I say a Seraph. And the reason I say a Seraph is volume of attacks. I don't say you need Seraph. I say you need volume of attacks.
I still say Ravagor.
You think so? Or Ravagor?
Well, leaving that AoE sitting in a spot.
Scather's nice, but if there's only one, I don't know.
Because at that point, you'd rather have...
Because we're playing for a scenario. The odds of you planting a Scather template directly next to the edge of a zone seems pretty small.
Right, you'd have to be looking at hope.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and Slipstream is really good to be able to maneuver your other guy. Slipstreaming is over to spotlight or close or hit.
You can do a lot of things for Repulse.
Yeah.
You can ride by attack, Repulse, move 4, Repulse, move 5 more, Repulse again. Alright, so right now we've got the Succubus to Angelius. What are you thinking?
The only thing that kills me on Seraph is that.
Okay, let's come back to it.
Okay.
We'll leave it at 2 for right now.
Right.
That's what they all are.
Yeah.
Show me the Rat 6 Beast.
I believe before we started, you were the one who said, I don't think there is a Rat 6 Beast.
Now, if you're looking for a Rat 4, I got a Rat 4 Beast for you.
Oh, there's plenty of those.
Carnivian.
Damn, the Carnivian, good point. We should take Carnivian, that's volume of attacks.
He's got longer range and all that shit.
Take
He does. He
Well,
got
he
19 inches tall. And he's got 4 Fury to boost 4 hits.
yeah, let's come back to it.
All right.
I think
And auto
I
fire.
and I do agree with it. So I'll just go ahead and put him in there for now. So we'll go ahead and add that. So 2 Angelius is Seraph.
Okay.
Because I do like you said, volume of attacks is a very...
Wait, did you say we're putting it in or not? We are.
We are.
We're putting it in
If
for right
we're
now.
really talking volume of attacks, you're hindering it by taking that many beasts. But
Well,
I'm not necessarily saying it's the wrong play.
I'm thinking volume of boostable attacks, but yes, in general, volume of attacks would be greater with lower beast count.
So should we just skip over battle engines or go straight to Solar?
Yeah, I would. The battle engines are terrible.
The one?
It has a lot of attack.
It does, but very few of them are.
True. You mean none of them? All right.
Yes.
I think you should put a spawning vessel in there.
Good call.
Yeah. Full.
No, they're terrible. They're
Hey,
waste
hey,
of 3
I play
points.
a faction that is used to taking taxes, so I can spot them.
I mean, we might as well take 4 shredders.
I was going to say at some point, if you don't take spawning vessel, at least take a shredder. But
Yeah.
okay, so moving on, we've got spawning vessel.
If you're playing for scenario play, the spawning vessel's way better, because there are times when you really want the Harrier or
Right.
anything.
Yeah.
You only got to kill one model. Sometimes it's a good thing to be able to kill that one model.
So I had Black Rust Shard in my original list.
Do you think you need them? I figure if you're going to take an attack at a model, it might as well kill it.
Right.
You're worried about crunchy targets basically getting into zones. With Death Chill, you should be stopping them from getting into the zone.
It's 5 points. I feel like you could save a point and get 4 points at work. out of Deathstalkers.
Which I had a Death Stalker.
A.
So
Yes, singular. That is correct.
You own 2?
That's why.
Get on that.
It's already on order.
Jump on it.
Don't worry. So
Is it?
you have
Shepherd.
This is so easy.
Alright.
It's like we should stop
You-
building fucking Legion.
You need more than one shepherd.
Yeah.
I don't care
Yeah.
if you think you can keep one alive. You need more
redundancy.
than one shepherd.
1 point of redundancy is probably worth it.
Especially with the
When
Fury
you're
5
fine
Warlock.
tuning your list later on, you can take the second one out.
control.
I don't think so.
Well, not just that, but to help with Fury manipulation on it. After a turn, you go haywire with all your guys.
Are you putting in 2 Death Stalkers? I think if you're trying to clear scenario zones, they're basically invaluable.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have 2 Death Stalkers, 2 Blightedness Shepherds, 1 Spawning Vessel full, and 2 Angelius, 1 Succubus, and a Seraph at the moment. That puts us at 30. Is it 37? 37
Yes,
points.
37.
What units would you like to take other than the Spawning Vessel?
I'm thinking stripes.
Big surprise. I already had them on my list.
Well, I had them in my list as well, so great minds and all.
Okay, so after that,
Wait, whoa,
6
whoa.
points.
I had them in my list, so that can't be saying
Jeremy, let's be
Great
honest.
minds and Jeremy.
You don't count.
I know, but I'm just saying, if I had them on my list,
That's pretty obvious.
Yeah, they're very good, very solid.
Do you really need the UA?
I think you do.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's 3 points for
They're
one
reformed.
shot.
But it gives you Reform and Hunter. Hunter could pay for itself alone.
So adding the Strider Ranger unit and the attachment, yeah, 9.
I do think if you're trying to cut points, that is a spot you could look. But I think until you're absolutely sure you need those 3 points, it's worth
I'm absolutely sure you need Raptors instead.
it. I actually do like Raptors. Or at least the solo would be really good in here. High Rat with Prey, with Snapfire, can be really useful.
Okay, and this is a surprising thing that I didn't hear Max mention. Wrong Eye and Snapshot.
Doesn't make use of the feat.
So, moving on.
Before we were doing melee lists, those are auto-delivered.
Mm-hmm. Alright, so what are you thinking?
Yeah, if you put the Striders with the UA, you have 5 points left.
Oh, you put her in.
Yeah, I put the light cap solo in there. No, because 9 points, she's 4.
Oh, yeah.
So that drops you to 5. Yeah.
She's good.
Are you?
You are right.
They're okay, but not in this list.
Yeah.
I was thinking that was one thing I mentioned.
You could-
building a callus.
Turns out they can hit things with 3 dice.
So what do you think?
Um,
Yep.
they don't really make use of the feet as much, but still having,
A jam of some sort.
yeah.
Being speed 5, I don't know that the jam you're looking for. Because if you're going for scenario, I think you need to jam pretty hard.
Right.
Mm,
9 points isn't enough to get the War Spears and the
No, but you can get a unit of War Spears. A
What
full
about
unit of
the-
War Spears. You won't have the
Without
UA.
the UA, I don't know how effective they'll be.
what about the Gatorman Bokor?
To get tough and undead,
Yeah, but just as a...
if you tough and undead, you don't get spawning vessel corpses. It's only living.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah, I looked at that earlier.
I haven't added.
I think she's probably worth it, but then we once again come down to
So if we add her, we have 5 points left.
to follow up on Max's point earlier. Do you need the Strider UA? What about a second unit of Striders? There's still a CRA unit. You can deploy the one unit with Hunter on the side with the forest or wall or whatever you're worried about.
Right.
It's more CRAing to make sure you hit important targets. You can spread out attacks to death chill multiple things.
Yeah, second unit of. And then they do get Swift Hunter from it this time.
Yeah.
Is it leadership
Deathstalker does
Yeah.
that.
or early cadre or what is it?
Leadership.
So you could even like have
And
one
with-
unit of.
So with 3 points left, I feel like your option is like Fey on the Village.
So a second unit of Striders.
Or we go
Yep.
not Rangers, but Archers. Archers are a 5/8 unit that leave you 1 point.
Then what do you do at 1 point? Get Gobbers?
Actually, I take that back because they're pretty fucking terrible without the UA.
Yeah, without the UA.
Yeah, without the
They
UA.
don't do anything.
No.
Yeah, at least with the UA they have a chance. Run on turn 1 and just
Not really.
gun line.
Well,
They need
2 attacks.
Get the shots off, I feel like.
I do like second unit of Striders, and then I like Fayana in this one.
Bayana's not bad just because she has chain activation and almost nothing else in the game does, so at least she can death chill things and not get killed for it. Is it only ranged attacks?
Yeah.
Okay, then I don't know what she's gonna do, but she's gonna
She throws models out of zone.
she's gonna kill 2 models. Or
throws-
she could just kill those models, but you never know.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, if you're worried about like tough, small base models, just a second. Grab a pen. Hold on.
So you keep talking outside of the microphone.
Nobody talk.
104.
Nobody talk. It's pointless for you to tell me a timestamp because that's not going to be the actual timestamp.
Oh, I'm pretty sure it is.
Okay, but
What I found here, what I did, is I cut the UA from the Striders. Then I was able to fit in a full unit of War Spears with their UA. Had 2 points left over and just put in a Shredder. So that you at least have one early on.
did you say you cut the spawning vessel?
No, I cut the Strider UA. And I had, the alternate musician.
How is that worth a spawning vessel? That is so not fair.
Spawning vessels are pretty good, Andrew.
No, but he cut the UA for the Striders. I was just like,
No, I cut
I
the
would
UA.
much rather have a spawning vessel than the fucking Strider UA.
I had the spawning vessel in there already.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying. I didn't even consider that they were equivalent value
Oh, yeah.
because they're not.
No, I mean it's probably worth having Hunter on one of those because when you deploy, you can. Usually the board's not covered by forest, so you can usually deploy your unit with the UA against the forest, so that they're not safe from it,
Also,
or abuse a forest by being in it.
if we switch this to the tier list, you get to redeploy that unit with the Hunter.
But then you don't get Fayana.
We have to start
You
all
don't need
over.
to.
We wouldn't have to drop anything. All this stuff's legal. Except for
Yeah,
the,
I mean, you're talking scenario.
like
You
this.
could do annoying things like take a totem hunter for 3 points.
not if you're doing a theme list.
Yeah. Tier list.
I don't know. I like War Spears. That's just a personal thing, though.
Yeah, they're good. They're alright.
Because you're talking about a jam, and they can definitely jam something if you
They're
have
just so
to.
much more efficient when they're with Dig Rush 1. Or Dig
Ooh.
Rush 2.
What about Bog Trog Ambushers? Now hear me out. You ambush them,
Oh, wow!
and you go for a scenario. So, like on the random missions where there's like incursion, for example, you hold them in ambush till you figure out which flag is going to stay. You ambush them and you take that fucking flag and jam them off the flag. They're actually mat 8 on the charge at PAL 11 because they have power. I think it'd be an interesting scenario piece for an army that normally can't spread out very far, with the exception of some of its Striders.
I think you should take Gobber Tinkerers. She's a battle engine.
She's not. She's actually not a battle. Oh, she has the battle engine war. It says this model is a battle engine, not a warrior model. So, see what War Room tells us. Nothing. Thank you, Battle Engine. While I'm looking this up, you guys are allowed to talk.
This model can attempt to repair friendly non-faction warjacks and battle engines.
Battle engines usually have the repairable rule.
Most of them are just constructs. So.
Serviceable. Friendly faction models with the repairability can attempt to repair damaged battle engines. Repairs. Yeah, you can repair her. Called it.
It's the sled he's repaired.
Yeah, that only the hitbox with a heart in it is obviously her.
Yeah.
Oh, no, like some of those have to be the deer, the
What you
reindeer.
call those things?
They're reindeer.
They look like mutated elk
They're
monsters.
mutated reindeer.
So
So Rudolph.
2 Goblin Tinkers.
That's mutation.
2 Goblin Tinkers and you just
Take with little.
She's armor 20. I don't see how this is a problem.
I block with my face.
That explains it.
Spiny Grove.
Escort, Spiny Grove.
Yeah.
I think defense 15 is probably worth being only armor 19. Personal opinion.
I think not being able to hide is a terrible statistic.
It's fine. What is a Carnivian doesn't do anything hardly ever. Opinion on that?
So, you took a unit of War Spears instead of the
Do you want me to just read you what I have? Because I got lost in translation somewhere.
Yeah, I've got my list.
Lylyth with Succubus, 2 Angelius, a Seraph, and a Shredder, 2 Shepherds, 2 Deathstalkers, a full spawning vessel, a unit of Rangers, a full unit of War Spears with Chieftain. That's 55 points.
You have almost exactly what I have here, except you have a shred.
Yeah.
Did?
You still have the attachment on the Striders?
I do.
I dropped it.
That's where you're getting the point.
Yeah.
It's not.
The stripe? You almost got me, Brandon.
It's,
almost
well,
got
to be fair, it's not a full unit, but yeah, I don't know, however you want to say it. It threw me when you said
That's up
full
to
unit,
you
because
as
it's
to
only
whether or
a
not.
6-model unit. You said it's a full unit. I assumed you meant the UA.
I just said unit of Rangers.
Brandon, I have some Doom Reavers for you.
Is it a full unit?
You want to buy the full unit?
Yeah, I know.
I guess it's really up to you if you want to keep the Rangers without the UA.
I personally don't like War Spears in this list.
I don't think War Spears are that useful in this list, because the entire point of War Spears is they kill what they shoot, and we're trying to play a scenario list using the feat for scenario play. Not that it's bad to kill things.
Right.
Your concept is, I just want to shoot a cheap dude
They're also
at
not
their heavy.
guaranteed high accuracy, where
Yeah.
the Striders are at 6
Mhm.
and can aim with that range.
I think it is very useful to get a jam unit in here. I think that's really what we should be looking at.
Yeah, they're Strider unit. They're Def 15.
They are, and they're speed 7. They're annoying. I don't know if they can jam out 2 zones.
But then you're also talking about Legion Roguelike. You know?
Exactly. Well, when I say jam, I mean models to place in front of his models.
Well, you might as well take Grotesque to that.
No, because they're slow.
Incubi,
The
you
same
mean?
reason I said don't take. Wait. No, I meant grotesque.
Yeah, the Incubi jam, because the drop pod in on top of that dead dude.
That actually would be pretty annoying. What are the rules for them? How do they do
They
that?
come back during your maintenance phase.
Never mind. That's
Yeah.
horrible.
It's only Callus that does it the right way.
Alice does it correctly. Everyone else is retarded.
Yeah.
Tyler, you could, if I drop those War Spears out of there, put the UA, drop the War Spear in there, obviously. You can get in the UA for 1 unit of Rangers, a 2nd unit of Rangers, then you drop the Shredder that I had put in because you have a spawning vessel and you have extra guys now, and then you can fit in Fiona the Lash.
That's what
Is
we
it?
had already.
Is it really? See, that's how behind the times I am. I'm behind the curve.
Swordsman are speed 7? No, they're only speed 6.
With Rias.
Next one is,
Hex Hunter. I was thinking maybe Hex Hunters, but they don't have ranged attack.
yeah,
It's really just Striders, and that's annoying.
Well, isn't there magic tag ranged?
yeah, but it has to be.
It's
also
it's
ranged
a
6.
magical attack, not a ranged attack.
And it's only 6
It's
inches.
not a magical ranged attack. It's a magic attack.
Okay.
That has works.
Magic ability 6.
And
But then you're...
that's why he was taking the blood.
But don't get me
There's
wrong.
another reason to take the blood seer, but it's only with
If we were
5.
playing Bethany.
Yeah.
it'd be
Totally
awesome.
Well,
different.
I didn't even take Hex Hunters. I just took it. If I took one
Right.
and Black Raw Shard,
I don't think you can put the blood seer in a list and not take Hex Hunters. I think you're wasting synergy, but that's fine. I don't know. How about some Bob charts?
I don't know. I like this. What I said, what you guys had already come up with. I like
Yeah,
that.
I think it.
I like where you guys were at 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, I like where you were at 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, I honestly think it is fun. With 2 units of Striders, one of them can take.
I don't think there's enough chat. If your goal is scenario, and when you walk into a game, you're playing a scenario. I think if you're going to really take advantage of Death Chill, you literally need to have guys standing in front of all dudes. Because without that, he just walks forward. Because Death Chill's forfeit move or action. He forfeits action and walks into the zone.
Right.
You're screwed. If you shoot him with a Death Chill attack, and then stand a dude in front of him, or 2 guys in front of him, he has to attack. Because he can't move forward.
That's why I was saying the Gatorman book where
Witch Doctor?
not the witch doctor.
No, the
You're talking about the
Bog
Bog Trog Swamp Shamblers.
Yes.
Okay. Well, wouldn't he be fighting for corpses with the pot? Yeah, you can't split corpse tokens.
Yeah. Typically, what's the closest model to... Yeah.
Plenty of parts to go around. I don't see why not.
Yeah.
I got 2 left hands.
But I'm saying you hold them back until the feet turn.
I think the Shamblers, many of them
Then
do have 2 left hands. They're that bad.
Well, if they're shambling, it's probably 2 left feet. Throwing that out there.
I don't know. Legion doesn't have too many good.
Yeah, like their fast unit.
That's why I said Legionnaires earlier, just because they're pretty much the only ones that
I'm coming back to it. Archers. I think archers will be your sit in the back unit, and striders will be in front of them. Max looks like he's having a stroke. Because that lets the striders jam. Because the unit with reform can walk up to point blank, shoot them, and then walk into melee with them at the end of their combat action, which would let them jam. And then the archers just sit behind them and just spray arrows at people.
The reason
Death Chill arrows.
Striders don't jam is because they're fucking awful in melee. Otherwise, they do. They don't unjam themselves ever, is the problem.
That's fine. I think they're going to die, but I think your only options for actual jam units are Legionnaires. I think they're too slow. I think if you're actually trying to win on scenario, I think speed 5 doesn't get you there fast enough. Your opponent gets too much of an opportunity to fill the zone with dudes, and then it's just a hard time getting them out. With this list having a low volume of attacks.
Yeah, you have the same problem.
Right. War Spears is the exact same thing. You're spending 8 to 10 points on 5 to 6 attacks.
That's why I went with archers in the UA.
The problem with archers, which I'll fight for Max on this one, they fucking die.
Okay.
They're only range 12, too, which means the Striders have the same range. I don't know, range 12 really crushes them. I mean, they literally need to be range 14 to actually get to shoot 2 shots.
Right, but since your only goal is scenario, you just park at the edge of the scenario zone, you shoot everything in the scenario zone with your archers.
Is there any way to give them snipe?
Not in this list. Lylyth3 could. Yeah, we'll plan on that.
Yeah. So I'm doing.
She seems like the snipe type of caster. Yeah. She's had a long history with throwing her hands forward.
She's gonna have Fury. That's their new thing. Giving out Fury to factions that don't need it.
That is true. It's like Force Hammer. Shit print on every card in the last 6 months. Swordsman would probably be okay, but they don't have guns, so it's kind of a slight loss. 14's fine. Hex Hunters are honestly just a better jam unit. God, they have a good stat line.
Yeah, Matt 7 is
Having stealth is just so awesome.
Yeah. Are they speed 7? Yeah.
Yeah, we saw how good Pat 10 could be.
pretty good.
No, it was the PAL 13s that were awesome.
No, because when you never kill anything, you never get that Pat 13.
Yeah, did we put Anissa in here? Yep.
No.
Putting Anissa in. Alright, we got 5 points. 4 signets. 5 spell martyrs.
There you go.
Overfill.
Frosthammer, everything.
Yeah. No, it'd be ineffective. She's Fury 5.
Yeah.
Take a card if that's your plan. I don't know. We got 5. If we take her, that's 5 points. You could throw a min unit of Hex Hunters or a min unit of Swordsmen. Min unit Archers, which would be awful.
And so you're saying having the
Or, I didn't think about that.
Striders isn't enough?
14 Striders.
Each
You're
unit
counting the
is
Death Stalkers.
No. The Strider unit has 6.
Oh, okay.
is
Counting
3.
you. Doesn't he shouldn't even have a bow? He does have a bow.
They're all defense.
Stealth.
With Pathfinder.
No, Striders are good.
Well, I'm just saying, like, having 2 units, I think that would be, if you use them almost as 1 unit, rather than 2 separate trying to hit 2 different targets. You use them as 1 unit almost, and layer. Like, I have 1 unit up here with the reform ability, so I can do what you said, shoot you almost at 1 unit behind.
I feel like there should be another jam unit. If we put her in, the thing I was just looking at is if we don't put her in, we're 1 point short of Raptors. So I was like, well, if we took min Raptors, but I've never really seen Raptors played at our store because no one wants to buy them. You own a full unit.
Raptors are fucking amazing.
They're good for sure.
With Vanessa, they're
You have
just rat 8 all the time.
Don't know. I bought a minimum size unit off someone else.
And bought another minimum size unit. Do you have 2 leaders?
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes.
So I can basically use 2 minimum size units, or I can use a full size.
Yeah.
Not with 1 tier list.
Oh, you're going to play a little 2-tier with all Raptors.
No.
New topic! Alright, so,
So we're now moving on to Lylyth 2.
yeah,
I
moving on a little
I never
2-tier
said I was
list with
playing-
all
I
Raptors.
never said I was going to play a little 2-tier list with all Raptors. Never said.
Let the record show that's exactly what you said. Alright, you have 5 points left, or you have 9 points left, your choice.
I have no points left.
What are we taking then?
I like the 2 units of Striders.
I have 2 unit striders on this list. What's your list?
I have.
What'd you spend your 9
Lylyth3,
points on?
Succubus, 2 Angeliuses of Sarah, 2 Shepherds, 2 Deathstalkers, Bayana, Spawning Vessel, minimum maximum size, 2 Strider units.
I must have deleted striders. Yeah, there's only 1 here. I had 2 at one point. So 2 units of striders and Bayana it was?
Yep. I like it. I think it would need playtesting before.
You know what you could do? Take out the 2nd unit of Striders. And the Sarah. Anissa and full Raptors.
Not bad.
You do know they're speed 9, 12-inch guns, and they have light cap moves. So they're like in bumfuck Egypt from what they just killed.
I do like that. So take out the Seraph.
I don't think. No, I mean, we don't have to do that. I just.
No,
I like the Seraph.
I think the
because
Seraph is okay too.
Multiple boostable guns.
But I think for being able to do multiple things with the list, 2 Angels makes more sense.
Raptors-
and not needing the Seraph.
Raptors really go to 11 versus Hordes factions, but against Warmachine, I don't
They're
know.
just high value. I kill models.
Right, but I mean, you're dumping. They don't have Snapfire inherently, do they?
No.
It's just her.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of points to put in 5 shots. I feel the same way about the War Spears. They are extremely mobile, though. I do like mobility.
same way with that.
They have Weapon Master, too. It'd be nice if they had Quick Work or something, but I don't know. You can't really ask for much more. It's a good unit. They were 15-14. I think
Instead of 14-15.
I think they make the list. At least my list. So are you sure on this final list here, Tyler?
Double Striders.
That's right. Okay.
Alright.
So in closing, our Lylyth3 list is now Lylyth3, Succubus, 2 Angelius, Seraph, 2 Blighted Shepherds, 2 Strider Deathstalkers, Phaeon the Lash, Strider Rangers with Officer and Musician, Spawning Vessel full, and a second unit of Strider Rangers.
I like it. I think it would be able to really handle it.
Well said.
Well,
They're all
It's-
scenario battles.
Yeah. we
It's kind of been the point of the
real-
past hour.
we fought real good. It was a team effort.
Coach told me to get the ball.
I understand what your intent to say was. This would be a strong scenario list for Legion. I think Legion of all factions probably struggles a little bit in the scenario play. They have a lot of mobility, which helps them, but they don't like backing up. Like obviously, Lylyth 2 hates scenarios, but that's why we play it.
Yeah.
All right. So, what do you think you might consider pairing with this?
what I had to pair with it was
Nothing too specific, just generalize.
all right. Well, I mean, Absalonialist, basically, something to get up in the face and just really great.
So assassination / attrition, Epsilonialist. Interesting. Terrible.
I don't think rely on.
Even with Forced Evolution, Angelus shouldn't kill most casters.
Or just
Mainly because of the small based aspect. If you're talking about medium base, that changes
If we're
it.
gonna go with just straight Callus igniting an angel and giving it 3 dice to hit,
So Mat 6 is the rough part. Most
Yeah.
casters are at least defense 15.
and he doesn't have multiple attacks is a big issue too. So he buys his one and then he's just gotta buy.
Mhm.
I do agree that she gives the assassination possibility because making it past 6 and everything afterwards would help,
Mhm.
but I don't know if that's really an assassination list.
I don't know.
That's my problem with that slide. She feels too one trick with, I give you a defense 17 angel. If you can deal with that, I'm fucked.
Yep.
But if you can't, it's a game. I'm not saying you won. It's a game.
Mhm.
Which is exactly what happened.
You said he can, and then it ended.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I don't know. Would you disagree with that statement? And he gave a shoulder shrug.
Let the record show that we're shrugging his shoulders.
It was free.
Yes. I think I'd have to playtest this list, see what its weaknesses are, and then build a list to come.
Yeah, usually what we recommend is you play this 5 to 10 games in a row against lots of different lists, armies, whatever you call it, players. And then see how you feel about it then, and tweak the list then, play it some more, and then decide what you want to play as its pairing.
The Absalonian one was just,
Yeah, that's what you've been trying, yeah.
yeah.
It's hard to break out of the box with the played factions like Legion and Crix and stuff like that. It really, I feel of all those factions, those 2 specifically are really hard to break out of the box. Yeah. All right.
Play the thing! What?
Yeah, look, I can play Bethane. Here's everything with a magic ability. Good job. You're good at playing Bethane.
But not everybody does it. Everybody just does it the same way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like Boulder 2-tier. It's like, congrats, you learned what your feet does. Like, I don't know what else to say.
Hey.
Shut up.
Is that an insult?
It was. Only to retards will play Boulder.
Damn it.
You play Boulder 2? Oh, we did talk about that, didn't we? All right. I think that's a wrap for us. Maybe next time we'll do episode 2. All right. This has been Brandon.
Wait. You lost me there.
It's the lost
episode
episode.
4. You haven't done episode 2 yet?
We lost it.
We
It's the
started
lost episode.
doing it.
You started.
It was a quarter of an episode.
There were
Yeah.
technical difficulties.
Yes.
In
so,
St. Joe,
Yeah.
Missouri.
Yeah. Apparently, they got sucked into hell and haven't come back yet. Yeah.
yeah.
They're still
Hence
in St.
the
Joe.
lost episode 2.
We lost it. We lost it because the internet ate it.
No, actually, we still have it. It's just not finished.
We'll just pick up where we left off.
Yeah.
After an hour and a half of screaming at the internet.
And go.
And of course, your phone is still messed up from
Yeah,
that.
my phone is still messed up from that. God, I hate Google Plus.
This is 6 months later.
Couple weeks.
It is now.
You're not supposed to say that. Now, what if we release that in a month? They'll think we're behind the times. I'm writing down a timestamp on that.
Lock and load is not going on right now.
They don't know that was actually today. Now they do, because I said it, but they could have not.
It wasn't.
I could have been giving a...
You said it's now June 1st, which
Right.
was wrong.
Yeah, that's
So there you go, it's wrong.
War Room did not receive an update today.
Any other points? All right, this has been Brandon.
This is Tyler.
Max.
Jeremy.
and Andrew.
Bye. Thank you for listening to Learn to Wargame. You can find us online at l2wg.com, Facebook, twitch.tv, YouTube, or Google+, and most importantly, l2wg.com for all of our content. Thank you.
Fair enough.
Max, do you even know what class you're playing?
We are now...
Esper.
Interesting.
You know what you should do.
Do you know what class you're playing?
Warrior.
What's your secondary?
Soldier.
9-2.
They call it a pre-rambles with the other podcasts too. But they record their warm-up and then plus put it at the end if you just like listening to bullshit.
Yeah, and then, you got, all kinds of crazy
It's
funny
just that.
shit, because obviously your podcast is going to be good.
Mm-hmm.
Hear that? Our podcast is boring as fuck.
And if it was called the Spoken Milk Can, it would be more boring.
At least you remembered the name.
Yeah, cause like you remember that train wreck
Tyler?
you saw at point blank range
That doesn't look like his
when
car.
there's like a 5-year-old walking across the tracks
That's
and two
not
trains
neon.
head-on collision
Yeah,
at
doesn't
full
look like his
speed,
car.
and the blood of the child sprays onto your face.
The neon was like a ghost car.
Well, Spoken Moken
He got a new car.
is like
Old
that?
Old car.
Like I was saying.
He hit a deer at like 80 miles an hour, 10 or something like that.
That's a big difference.
All right, are you ready
For what?
to start recording?
I am recording.
You're recording now. Okay.
Hit the button, not the one. So I'm doing it.
When did you start recording?
Like,
Like when I started dissing...
I
1
said
minute,
that
20 seconds ago.
specifically so I could start my time. Well, just start over.
I can't do that.
That's a
it's
lie.
not. It's not
That's,
possible.
you are full of shit.
Come on.
What?
I want to get the timestamps because I need to write down
you
edit
just,
points.
You just say Mark.
Fight the microphone once. That's your edit point.
I have to find that point.
It won't be hard to do. It'll be the highest
Well,
thing on the track.
it's gonna take longer to read now. It's got to keep talking.
I hate you. I said specifically before we did this that I needed you to sync this so I could write down edit points.
I don't believe you.
You're sitting over there.
I was warming up your...
What time is your thing at?
It is now 2:10, 2:12, 2:13, 2:14, 2:15, 2:16, 2:17, 2:18, 2:19, 2:20,
Mark!
2:21.
Good luck then.
Tyler,
Yes.
did you bring headphones?
No.
I
Obviously
told
not
you
as-
specifically to bring headphones.
You never mentioned it.
I definitely specifically told you to bring headphones.
He probably didn't tell you. I wouldn't be surprised.
You weren't there. Can you hear the people?
Now, in my case, I have been told, and I just forget.
I'm going to steal your car and drive it into a tree.
No?
Because there's no way they'll approve 2 of those in like 3 months.
You have to, eat that dick.
If it's not touching your nose, you're not really talking into the mic. Okay.
Yeah, that's better.
Yeah, see, distance matters.
Yeah, you gotta be on that.
Practice your hobby, and you'll be good.
All right, well, I think we're all ready, so go ahead, Tyler. Tyler,
Just
go
start.
ahead.
Just start.
Tyler, go
Just
ahead.
start. Go.
We're
Go.
ready. Go.
Okay. Well,
He's like, ah!
Yeah, so,
A little on the spot.
just a little bit, thanks.
Max, do you know what to do with your hands?
He never knows what to do with his hands. Trust me, I know.
It's going to be a joke every podcast.
That's an awesome
know.
radio joke.
Exactly, right?
It hasn't because no one's noticed.
Oh.
He's always just in the corner slowly raising his hands. Everybody's like, why is it silent? I don't understand. Okay.
Alright.
We're just going to do a little warm up. This is recorded, but we're probably going to edit all this out.
405. 406.
Well, I have the time now, you fucking retard.
Now restart it.
Yeah, restart it.
Okay, stopping.
I have 9 points to spend.
Are you kidding?
You know what that sounds like to me?
Angel?
Wrong eye snapshot.
Ooh. But I'm playing the tier list because I already have the 2 free lessers.
Fucking stupid. We've already gone over this. I was gonna play. I actually looked at the tier list and I was like, well, I could go tier 3 right now. And then I was like, oh wait, then I had to find 2 points for the succubus.
Because
Nope,
War
not
Room
doing it.
has just aired, I just got 3 free shepherds. Or shredders. Oh yeah.
Congratulations.
I did not do it.
Yeah, well, some people are bad.
What's a tier list?
Why is it... It seriously is telling me to add 2 more free shredders. That's not correct.
No, it is correct. It's War Room. It's always correct.
Yeah, when there's a judging, they just open War Room.
I should have
And
put
some random guy out of a crowd who's never played Warmachine just reads what War Room says.
a seraph in. Those are the best.
I added one by accident and then deleted it. Does that count?
What do you have, Andrew?
I'm not
Battle
starting
engines
yet.
can be placed.
We're
Yeah,
not.
I know.
We're not starting.
I wasn't concerned about it not being there.
Well,
I was
I'm gonna
also
say we'll
thinking
save it for the
Yeah.
it wasn't
you get your genuine
because
reaction.
it has to target within 2 inches. It's nothing special for the feet, but it does have the rapid fire gun.
I
Yeah,
didn't even
I'm
think
gonna
about
just
that.
say,
That's a
I'm
good point.
disgusted.
But I'm not playing very high beast count.
That's the worst
Playing,
fucking thing I've ever heard in my life.
I'm playing for attrition in scenario here.
That's fine. I didn't actually think about the Sarah.
I thought about him. I don't know if I like my beasts, but
We just
Nope.
talked about that when you pulled
What's,
up. They're like, that's not Tyler. He drives a Neon. I was like, that's Tyler.
what?
You hit a deer, right?
No, I hit
Oh.
Oh,
It was a better story the way
what's
I told
wrong
it.
with it?
Oh, really? I want to
Did it at least have the... all right, well, it started there. You had to get the tone right. I was like, Tyler hit a deer at 80 or 10 or something like that. and then you told me you hit a truck, and now I don't feel sorry for you at all.
It was like 3 weeks ago. We had that really bad.
Did you hit a truck or the truck hit you?
Yeah. He was doing a line, and he looked up, and there was just brake lights.
Exactly. I was like, shit.
But luckily, the windows were down. He hit with such impact that it just blew all of the cocaine up in the air, and it just blew out of his car.
I was feeling really good after.
Yeah. I didn't even noticed that broken nose for like 3 weeks.
Wait, what brother?
Exactly.
It's only Rat 5.
Is it?
Damn it, I missed 7-Eleven.
So was jealous.
So's a Ravagore.
Yes. What word is this?
I think that's as much as we can use.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can't actually.
Yeah.
No, seriously, you can't for more than 10 seconds.
Yeah. Or wait, or you have
That's
to
the
pay.
copyright
Or you have to pay
law.
for the copyright rights.
We are.
We are
Yeah.
recording.
Why,
But
why are you so dumb, dummy?
I'm pretty sure I can make my own MIDI music and not get sued for it.
Maybe.
100% positive.
If Stu hasn't gotten sued to death yet, then I'm pretty sure you're good.
Sure, and I'm pretty sure he went singing the
Did anyone else know that stingers had a ranged attack?
Yeah, this is new information for Brandon.
I had no fucking idea. I was like, he's like, yeah, you can only take beasts with ranged attacks in level 2's tier. I was like, oh, so you can't take any lessers. He's like, no, you take stinger. I was like, stinger is dig in and a tail. Like, what? And he's like, no, it has a spray. I looked up, I was like, what the fuck?
Grade 6, Rat 4, bro.
It has a spray. It's this
Top
little,
10.
what the fuck? Rat 4.
That's tech.
Yeah, that's a 2-point Kador heavy right there.
Right, better than a 9-point.
I don't know what to do with my 3 points.
Like Dozer and Smig.
That guy's gonna be so good.
It's a 9-point Kador heavy with lower armor and higher defense.
I have pretty much taken the max field length and all the solos allowed in this tier list.
He makes the blitzers better. You mean
really,
the blitzers you still won't take?
No, he makes bombers amazing because you can put artillerist on bombers. Did you say that? I was talking to Andrew.
We're talking about blitzers.
The blitzers are awful.
Yeah, that was the point I was making. Veteran leader.
Veteran leader, if they can draw line of sight to him, they get +2 to hit.
We're at 6 at that point.
They're at
No, they were at 7 at that point.
Actually, I think they are at 4 because the pig shoots the gun.
Hooray!
Might as well shoot himself and let the troll shoot the gun. But yeah,
It's also inaccurate, isn't it?
Dozer is inaccurate, but he's base at 6, so they only
Smig
dropped
is inaccurate.
2. That's true. But since it's an AoE, casting the thing on himself makes him at 4.
Precision screwdriver.
So he's a Kador. Heavy.
Right. Standard Bobber. But he gets Artillerist, so you can reroll
It's not mine.
Scatter and Distance.
Yeah, I don't get
It was just laying there.
This thing's not.
It's,
I know.
It's mine.
I understand.
I'm still doing it.
Because we're not doing anything.
This is recorded. We
How are we
will
supposed to
actually
play
probably
this?
put this somewhere.
For 10 minutes and 24 seconds now. Sorry, 28 seconds.
I've ruined
Sorry.
all of it.
30 seconds. 31 seconds. 32.
No,
33,
he just ruined all of it.
34.
I'm just going to delete your track.
Good luck with that. It's all mixed.
Okay. $10. And
He's an
nickels.
LJ.
Six LJs. At least 6.
$9.
See, now you're putting a
You
price.
make it $9 and 9 LJs.
Brandon,
It is.
you're putting a price on an LJ. No, you can't
Brandon.
put a price on an LJ.
That's true.
14 nickels.
No, an LJ is $1. That was the original invention of the LJ was $1.
Oh, it's the ZJ that you can't
Yeah,
afford.
ZJ is non-denomination.
Yeah, that's right.
I don't know what to do with 3 points.
Spawning vessel.
You can't take it in the tier list. I could drop a shepherd,
That's all right. Every week,
and then I'd have 4
somebody
points.
has to be that guy that tries to do the tier list.
Yeah.
This is Brandon's turn.
I like this tier list because it makes the Archangel effectively 18 points, which is the only reason you would ever take it.
Max looks at like he's in pain.
I have 1 point. Shredder. First one was free.
How can you take a shredder?
I was talking about little 2's list before.
Oh.
Yeah, you can take any non-character.
Why do you want a shredder?
More tenacity.
You don't need tenacity.
Why don't you need tenacity?
Because you're better than it.
Legion isn't.
Because Lylyth is 14, 16. She's already got amazing fucking strengths. Dude, I'm talking about her vanguarding with 5 fury and armor 20, so she's higher than all her beasts, so she transfers less damage when she gets shot.
That's a strong point, sir. Alright, I'm good enough on this. I think we'll be fine.
Yeah,
This is already going to be a garbage list, I think.
like I said, I did one attempt and was like, okay, that's good. Yep.
I'm glad you put in 110%.
While I was at work.
I will
It's
say
not
I put in
physically
more
possible
thought
to
on
do
this than the
110%.
last one.
Yeah.
Do what?
I did
It's
more
wrong.
thought into
It's a
this
dumb
list
figure.
than my last Legion list.
Legion list.
It violates the laws of physics.
No response.
Can we get this show on the road?
Yeah, we only have like
The Antique Roadshow, maybe?
Brandon. I only have a 411 hours remaining to record.
Like to sell.
411 hours. Well, we better hurry up and get started then, because we're going to probably go over.
Just saying they could be playing WildStar.
Forever. Okay. Everybody got their lists?
Yeah.
Can I see yours so I can copy them?
You want to copy my list?
No. I just want to see it and see if there's something I missed. This tier list is fucking me. Trying so hard.
Dude, there's
Jeez.
almost no good tier lists in this game. There's very few that are actually, like, good.
Are you telling me the Iron Curtain is as good as I thought it was?
I don't even know what the Iron Curtain is.
Card chip.
Yeah, it's
It'll-
probably real fucking bad. You get, hold on, 2 power boosters, right?
Yeah, but it only requires
Whoa!
2 units of shock troopers.
Yeah, I don't see the problem.
Yeah,
It's like
fine.
18 points.
And you can't take the Iron Fang Kopniks.
So. Run.
Yeah, just run those shield wall units. As far as Iron Fangs walk. Okay, I'll be done.
Where'd you at?
No, I do need to add that shredder back in though. I dropped it.
Did you add Bayana the Lash?
Nope.
Why not?
Character.
You're actually playing tier list.
I actually made the tier list.
Is there 2 angels in it?
Archangels?
Yes.
No. Okay.
Well, there's got to be one.
It's not as bad.
It's not fully efficiencyed out.
You only need to go to tier 3 if you're doing it. You just skip fucking tier 4.
Well, I actually was planning on taking an Archangel. I'm not kidding.
It's in there. I saw it. Yeah, no joke.
Can we just scrap this podcast then? We're not taking it seriously?
All right, scrapping. Scrapped. You're going to have to restart your timer there, Brandon.
Okay, let me know when to start. Okay.
16:25, by the way. 28. 29,
We don't actually need the
31.
timestamps because I started the timer.
33, 35.
He's like, I started the timer.
I hit
He's like,
the other button and it moved to a different clock, and I was like,
no.
go back? Alright, still going. Okay. You probably can't see anything.
I can't. Shit. I'm missing Andrew and I have my peripherals.
No, I'm not going to get you another beer.
Oh, Christ. It's your call.
Nope. Nope. Nope.
Come
No.
on.
No. No. No.
Please just go get it.
No.
Boo.
If-
Cock ring?
Yeah, I was going to say, if you think it's a cock ring, then yes. We like them made of Velcro and just laying on tables.
I like to hang on to my nut hair.
Really?
I guess Tyler gets it. He's the guest.
I'm sad now. Let the record show I did not give it to Tyler. Alright. You ready?
Balls. I had this list made while I was at work.
Yeah.
And I looked at it and I was like, Legion's not really a fleshed out faction.
It's because the shit they have is too good.
No.
Just I look
That's
at their
not really-
units and I'm like, where are my fucking options?
They don't have a tar pit, really. Their tar pit is, I hope 10 guys with no stats is good enough to stop you.
Legionnaires aren't bad.
Because they're the aggro faction. They're supposed to kill dudes before they get there.
What do you mean they can take Gatorman pasta?
You can't.
And Pharaoh Brigands with
I
their
can't.
guns.
No, show me in here.
Big irons! Yeah!
Okay, George.
Dig in. They don't suffer blast damage. They have prayers for heroic call and hog wild. And march. They can gain path.
So, what is Hog Wild do?
Affected models can make one ranged attack for this activation before this unit makes its normal movement. After their normal movement, only models in this unit that make combat actions can only make melee attacks this action.
So, they have Bushwhack.
They can
It's
shoot,
actually
move, and
slightly
Oh, no,
different.
yeah.
They
It's
can
actually
shoot,
so
move,
it's like
and
a
then-
soul and battery, but you don't run or charge.
Yeah.
Chain attack. Damn it. We're all supposed to say it at once. That's how they do it.
I don't know. I don't listen to that.
You know,
Yeah, I
listen
don't
to
either.
that fucking trash.
Fine. Dynafire. Alright.
What about barrel bow grinders?
Oh.
So then you can send that Scythian in just to do work.
Yep.
And you still have enemies.
Are you guys ready? I'm actually ready now.
yeah, I'm good.
Are you finally ready, Brandon?
I am.
With the record show, Tyler is a faggot.
21 minutes.
The record has shown that.
Andrew is the record keeper.
Alright.
You probably have to
Is
explain
everyone's
to him.
phone on silent?
No.
Please move your phones to silent.
No.
So the way this is going to work is we're going to start off. We're going to start with me. I'm going to say welcome, blah, blah, blah. Introduce myself. I'm Brandon. Say,
I'm fat Asian.
Yeah, he's fat Asian. Oh, I'm fat Asian, yeah. Apparently I'm fat Asian because I'm Asian and fat and French. Fat Asian is. Yeah, he's French
Who's fat Asian?
John Damaris. So I'll introduce myself. Apparently as fat Asian, according to Max. Then
Start with your left, or we can go clockwise.
we're going to go clockwise after that. I'll say that our special guest is Tyler, and we're making a list for him today. You'll introduce yourself. You go by anything on the forums, then you can say your
Hey,
forum
can we
name.
go
Just
back
say,
to whenever we say Tyler, just dub over a douchebag.
yeah.
Douchebag.
I'll go by.
Just use that. Use that.
Meatspin.com. What the fuck is that?
Check it out.
No.
No. I'm turning off my internet until I know better.
Hold on.
Well,
I'll get the audio.
I don't think we need the idea here.
Spin me right round,
Wait.
right round.
No,
like a
That's not all it involves. There's
But
some
that's the
hanging
main
dong.
Well, he'll be seeing that.
just a lot of anal in the swinging thing.
You're going to corrupt our audio file with those viruses, sir.
Are you actually going
You
there?
kidding me? I went to college.
You watch it?
No. Did you see how reluctantly I looked? I was like,
I remember
back to my
when
room many a
when
time
Tim,
to
you
see
walked away and Tim
10,000
changed your
baby.
opened a web browser. I think it was Tough Girl. You came back and woke up your laptop and you're like, oh! And then you threatened to beat the shit out of him. That was the best part.
Yeah.
I do remember when we did the City of Heroes Double XP weekend. We stayed at the store all night for the whole weekend, and you came back and we had changed your desktop to a huge penis.
oh man.
And he turned it, and we had all left at this point. We were expecting him to be back. We missed it. He came back in, he wakes up his computer to shut it down and pack it up, and Joe is walking by, and this huge, cock is there on the screen. And Joe's like, you can't fucking have that shit in my store. I got kids walking around here. And she's like, and she was just speechless. And Joe's like, get that shit out of here right now. And he's like,
What I never told you is that when you did that, it saved that picture on my computer, and like a year later, I was clearing out junk files, and it was an image in the folder somewhere that I was like, wait, what the motherfucker? A year later, still getting me with that.
it was like a double whammy.
Yeah, I got dual razor appled. That's 2 razors and 1 apple, by the way.
That's
It doesn't
frightening.
happen often. You just can't.
I think it's 1 razor and 1 apple, 1 razor and the banana.
Can you razor a banana?
Enlightening, isn't it?
Razor banana?
I think that's only a chick thing. I don't know. Anyway, so we'll go around the table. You
I don't know,
introduce
Tyler.
yourself.
Is it
Tyler?
only
Yeah.
a chick thing?
What do you think?
What? I think, yeah, sure, we'll go with that.
All right. So,
All right.
just for the record, Tyler is Asian.
Okay.
Just like Baker's Black.
Baker is black.
Okay.
You're Asian. So, it's affirmative action. It's radio. So we're kind of getting away with it. So just shut up. All right. So we'll go around. We'll
Remember, talk like this.
name,
The whole
nickname,
time, and
form,
nobody
name,
will
anything
know.
else you go by, that way someone will recognize you if they meet you and they've never actually seen you before. And then, yeah. So say what faction you play mainly, and then if there's anything else you want to mention you play. Then we'll go around the table, and then we'll come back, and I'll kind of introduce what our goal is for the day, and then we'll go into you, and you'll share your list you made.
Awesome.
And then we'll go around the table clockwise sharing lists, and I will bring up the rear with that, with my awesome things. What's the problem, Jeremy?
It said bringing in the rear. Yeah.
That's what she said.
No.
No. I tried.
I didn't backwash. Am I loud enough? Just FYI. I don't
Yeah,
know.
you're
Okay.
good.
You seem fine.
You're good. You're good.
fine.
Actually,
That doesn't have anything to do with drinking.
anything off of you.
There's water.
I'm literally out of everything at this point, because this is my last beer. I'm not giving
This-
you I'm not giving you my last beer.
No, I don't want you to give me your last beer.
You can have what's left of this beer.
Anything. I'm saying anything.
As he drinks it all.
I didn't drink the last of it.
Let the record show Max is on.
Oh, I have PBR downstairs.
I will take a PBR.
It's in the mini fridge under the desk.
That's desperate.
Let the record show that he is pouring PBR down his pants.
Yes.
And there's much rejoicing. That was oddly exorcist-like.
It's actually Water
What
World.
am I going to do to motivate myself to paint?
Are my gun mages done yet?
No.
Have you
So when I
tried
start
punching
burning
yourself?
your items that you gave me to assemble.
That won't motivate me. That will just infuriate me.
Did you give me one?
You have a.
I like 2 fists in it.
PBR and Angry Orchard.
Yeah, because once you drink enough Angry Orchard, you don't taste the PBR.
That was the theory behind going to the Dark Horse.
You don't have the mead left, do you?
Mead? What?
You don't have any
No,
mead,
it
do
is
you?
the worst.
No.
Okay.
It's a blue
I didn't buy
ribbon
any
winning
today,
beer.
so no.
For less,
It never lasts more than a
for
day.
less, you can get Miller High Life, which is better.
PBR, Big Sky.
Hey,
It's the
that's
champagne
award-winning.
of beers. It says so right on the can.
Champagne.
I don't care how many blue ribbons you win, you'll never be a champagne.
Yeah, I'd rather drink it.
It's refreshing because it's like 30% water.
I'm sorry, Natty Blight out of the cake.
Anything out of the keg when it's 18 degrees isn't bad.
Yo, 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 yo. Can we start?
Are we starting now?
No.
We are in just a second. I can uncap my own.
faster.
I can
I was
uncap my
faster.
own Jimmy. Thank you.
On the draw.
Much appreciated.
You still owe me 9 LJs, sir. I ain't give no HJs for you. I don't know. We agreed on it though.
That PBR.
No, the was
No, $9 and 9 LJs. That's just 9 LJs.
Yeah.
So it's free.
Get you the discussion later.
Okay.
You got the voice right, man. All right, I'm stopping.
All right.
And starting.
What time are we at?
Half an hour.
Nobody wants to hear you say half an hour repeatedly.
Well, I'm only going to say it while it's half an hour.
Don't do that. Sure. I can't start if everyone's making random noises constantly.
Well, you should be a better host.
Mine aren't random.
That's true.
All right, if everyone wants to get paid, shut up.
He made a noise.